Dan Walker, 44, has addressed finally sitting next to co-presenter Sally Nugent on BBC Breakfast. The hosts had to stay apart for 2 years due to social distancing rules but were able to come together as the government removed all COVID restrictions in England. Sharing his delight, Dan shared a snap of him and Sally sitting together on the BBC Breakfast sofa. He penned in view of his 272,000 Instagram followers, "Good morning world. Yes. We are sitting closer together for the first time in 2 years. I hope you're okay this morning. We have a busy #breakfast with the very latest on the war in Ukraine and the rest of the news." Fans of the show were delighted to see the presenters back together again and dozens took to the comments to share their joy. Amanda said, "That's better." Trundle 58 exclaimed, "Just tuned in and couldn't believe you were both sitting closer together, back to normal at last." Lynette wrote, "That's the first thing I said when I switched on. How funny that it's so noticeable and unusual to be sat nearer." And McKingTheMost1 posted, "Normality," along with fire emojis. Co-presenter Sally also reposted the image on her Instagram story. She simply captioned the post, "Good mornin'," alongside the snap of the pair beaming at the camera. All remaining COVID restrictions have been removed in England as part of Boris Johnson's Living with COVID plan. The change means people who test positive for COVID are no longer legally required to self-isolate, although they are still advised to. The government still advises taking steps to reduce the risk of catching and spreading the virus. This includes getting vaccinated, wearing a face covering in crowded, enclosed spaces, meeting outside or letting fresh air inside and staying home if possible if you have COVID symptoms. It comes after Dan issued his concern over children and the Ukraine crisis in a plea to parents. He wrote on Twitter, "Interested to know what you are telling your young children about what is happening in Ukraine at the moment without giving them nightmares." Fellow BBC broadcaster Victoria Fritz said, "I said Mummy had been busy telling people that the people in charge of Russia had been trying to steal another country. That the country was called Ukraine. That the people of Ukraine didn't want their country stolen." Doris added, "So tough, our 10-year-old was very anxious about it last night and couldn't fall asleep." Husband reassured him about NATO, and how far we are from Ukraine. It doesn't help that his school project is World War II right now, so it's all a bit too real. Holly Willoughby also expressed a similar dilemma by sharing a picture of 2 tanks surrounded by armed soldiers. She wrote, "How do I explain this to my children? I was asked questions last night I didn't have the answers for,